Hi guys, how are you? Hope you're doing great. My name is Yunuet. I am a singer-songwriter, mathematician, and I do a lot of things. But today I want to talk about my experience with plantar fasciitis and chronic pain. And probably I will be doing like part one and part two, or and maybe part three, because I don't want the video to be like so long. I don't want this video to be like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So I will be doing probably two or three parts. Okay, so this is the first part. And just before we start, I want to be so clear and I want to state something. If you think that you could have chronic pain or any, I don't know, fibromyalgia or arthritis or you know, if you think you could have chronic pain, please do not take these medications or the medicine that I will be mentioning on this video, because this is just my experience. This is not a medical advice. This is not a video to um, tell you what you should take. Okay? With that said, let's begin. Everything started when I was 20 years. Now I am 25, so it was 3 years ago. I started feeling like my feet were burning, and I was like, okay, what's going on? My feet are burning. My feet are burning. Like, so what's going on? I know for, I mean, my mom suffers from uh, blood circulation issues. So my father as well, my grandmother, and my mom's sisters. So I thought probably it could be a blood circulation issue. I went downstairs and I took a pill of acetaminophen, then I went back to sleep, and that was it. That sensation didn't go away. Actually, it stayed, and it was getting actually worse. Worse, but not that bad. Yeah, it wasn't that bad how it actually was this year. I went to the doctor. I was feeling my legs like uh like if I was having like needles on my legs, like getting a little like needles, and it was so weird. So I went to the doctor and she told me that I had actually uh, circulation issues. So I was prescribed with aspirin. So I was taking aspirin and it didn't help. Actually, it didn't help at all. I it just was like an analgesic. And that was it, because I remember I was like taking the pill before I I had to go to sleep. So when I was taking the pill or the aspirin, like the pain was gone. But in the morning when I was waking up, the pain was there. So yeah, and I was taking the aspirin for, I don't know, a year. I stopped taking the aspirin because it didn't help, and I was like, okay. But the pain was getting worse. The pain was getting worse. I sometimes couldn't even actually walk like long distances. I was getting worried. I was I actually have visited like four doctors, and all of them told me the same thing. I was suffering from blood circulation. So nothing new. I went with another one, and that doctor told me that probably that was on my head, and I had to go to therapy because I was exaggerating probably the symptoms and all that stuff, and I was like, you know what, go, like, shut up. I'm not going to therapy because I know for a fact that this is not something that I'm making up. And that's a very, very common thing that you heard when when you tell someone, or even when you tell the doctors that you are suffering from chronic pain. It's very, very common for you to get uh, this answer like you're making that up, or you're hypochondriac, or this is not real, or it's in your mind, or it's in your head. This is very, very common. If you don't, yeah, if you don't suffer from chronic pain, i I really, really want you to be empathetic with the other, okay, and do not say that it's in in their head or in our heads. So this year I was like feeling the I was feeling that burning, that pain. And then one day back in February, I was getting ready to perform. So I had to perform, and I was doing the sound check, and I was doing the choreo, and everything. And then I started to be feeling like my knees were so hot, and that actually I was feeling like my knees were like so slow. Like I was getting, like I wasn't actually feeling good. I was worried, and I started be having anxiety. So I went to the doctor, but I went with another one. The doctor was checking me. He was asking me a lot of things. He was asking me about my genetics. He was asking me about uh, any health issues that I have, or because I have anxiety, and I actually have asthma and dermatitis. So at that time, I was having also headaches, and sometimes my back was hurting, my arms were hurting, and my neck. This part was hurting, and this part was hurting. So I told him, like, I don't know if it could be like related to all the stress I'm going through, or I don't know. But the the main reason was the the pain that I was feeling on my feet and my knees. He told me that I was suffering from plantar fasciitis, because I had all the symptoms. So he gave me the treatment. What was the treatment? Gabapentin. Gabapentin. I was taking gabapentin before uh, going to sleep, but I was feeling like a zombie, like a complete zombie. Like I, I was taking the pill. I usually go to sleep at, I don't know, 11 or 12 a.m. So yeah, I don't go to sleep like early. I usually go to sleep um usually at, sometimes at 2 a.m. So I was taking the pill, I don't know, at 1 a.m. or probably 12 a.m. And I was taking as well um sertraline, and I was taking clonazepam. So for the anxiety. So I was getting like I was getting a cocktail. And I remember the first day I took the pill, the gabapentin. The other day when I woke up, I was like this. When I was in class, I was getting sleepy a lot. Like I couldn't even stay awake. I had to go to the bathroom and get in. like put some water on my face because I was so sleepy. So I was like, okay, probably the doctor told me that this is a side effect. Probably it's gonna be away in a few or in a couple of days. So I continued with the gabapentin for a month and 2 weeks. I told the doctor that I was feeling like a zombie. It was actually kind of helping me, but not at all. And I was um, I was still feeling the pain. Then the pain was uh, getting worse when I wasn't. One day I remember one day didn't I forgot to take the gabapentin and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Everything, my whole body was hurting so bad, but so bad that I was like, what the hell? I had to go to the emergency room and they gave me some medications for pain. I explained everything. I actually took the like my uh all the notes, all the medical notes that I had, so they can see what was the actual diagnosis. So they gave me medicine, and the pain was gone. After that, I started to be taking some vitamins because I was told that probably my nerves were like so inflamed or something like that. So I was taking vitamins. I stopped the gabapentin because I was like a zombie the whole day. Like the whole day, I was like a zombie. I couldn't even do some things. When I was in school, I was like, you know, and I couldn't even understand what the teachers were saying. So I was like, no, this is not helping me at all. I mean, yes, the pain is. I was still feeling the pain, but it wasn't like that bad. But I wasn't able to to live or to do the things that I usually do, like in my regular days. So I stopped the gabapentin. The doctor told me that he will be giving me another treatment, and so we were talking, and yes, I had another treatment. So I will be taking about this in another in the other video. And if you have any questions, or if you have or if you would like to share your experience, please feel free to share it on the comments. I'm thinking of making a group on Telegram. Probably, yeah. I'm thinking, and I will, if I do this group for people who want to share uh, their experiences, or for people who want to share, I don't know, if you feel bad or if you need some support, this is the purpose of this group that I'm planning to do. Okay, so with that said, guys, I'm gonna leave you. I hope that you're having a great day, and may God bless you. See you later. Bye bye.